Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to learn how to calculate the error of polygons. So let's take a look at this one. This is we have 5 sides, right? This is called regular pentagon. Okay. Now every single regular polygon has the center. Okay, so this is center right here. Now the distance from the center to the side of the polygon, right? This is called apothem. Alright, I call this A. The distance from the center of regular polygon to the vertex, right here. This is called the radius of the regular polygon. Okay. Now recall the sum of all angles in the regular polygon is calculated using the formula n minus 2 times 180. Alright, and if you calculate the error of one angle in a regular polygon, you need to divide by the number of sides, so divide by n. Okay. Alright, so for example, this is regular pentagon. I just substitute 5, right? Because this has 5 sides, so n equals 5. So I have 5 minus 2, right? 5 minus 2 times 180 divided by 5. Alright, so 5 minus 2 is going to be 3. 3 times 180 is going to be 540. 540 divided by 5 is going to be 108. Alright. Alright, so now the error of a regular polygon formula is A equal 1/2 A times P. A is the apothem. P, this is a perimeter. Okay, now we go ahead and prove this formula. Okay, so let's prove the formula. So let's see. Alright, we just draw this guy. Alright, draw this guy. Make a triangle. Okay, and if we keep drawing, you see that we have 5 triangles and they are congruent, right? Alright, so I call this guy right here, right? The side length of the regular polygon is, I call this S, right? And then apothem A right here. A is apothem. And if we look at the triangle A, O right here, and then B right here, alright, apothem in this situation is the height of this triangle. Okay, so the error of one triangle is going to be 1/2 A times S, right? Okay, now since 5 triangles are congruent, okay, so basically in order to calculate the error of the whole regular polygon, right, I just multiply both sides by 5, right? I multiply both sides by 5. So then 5 times A right here, this is error of regular polygon. Okay, so I call this, okay, I call this A1. Okay, so 5 times A1 is going to be A. Okay, A right here equal what? Equal 1/2, okay, times A, right? Now 5s times 5 equal 5s, right? And then equal 1/2 A. Now 5 times S, which means 5 times S right here. So we have 5 sides right here. Okay, so it could be 5 times S, which means perimeter. Okay, so this is perimeter, and we're done. Okay, so we just prove the formula. Now go ahead, take a look at the example 2, 3, 4 right here. Okay, so let me erase this one and find a spot to calculate the error of the regular polygon. Okay, so let me erase this one too. Okay, now we need to calculate the error of this regular polygon and then given a side length equals 16. Okay, so basically we have the center right here. Okay, so we just draw the triangle, and then we need to draw the apothem. Okay, apothem perpendicular to this one. All right, so basically we need to calculate the error. We need to calculate the measure of one angle in the regular hexagon. This is hexagon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this hexagon. All right, so n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Okay, so hexagon is going to be 6 sides, right? So n equals 6. 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. 4 times 180, it could be 720. 720 divided by 6. So each angle should be 120. Okay. So if the whole thing right here, okay, equal 120, and then this guy must be 60 degrees. Okay. This guy must be 60 degrees. If this guy must be 60 degrees, this guy should be 30 degrees. Okay, because this guy equal 90 degrees. So I'll put this on the side so you will see it. It's gonna be like this. Alright. So this is 90 degrees. This is, let me make it bigger, okay? Let me make it bigger. So it's gonna be like this. Alright, this is 90 degrees. This is 30 degrees. And this is 60 degrees. Now this is special right triangle. Okay, 30, 60, and 90 degrees. Right, the side line that opposite to 30 degrees is the shortest one. Okay, so I call this S. Alright, the side length that opposite to 60 equal S root 3. Okay, the side length that opposite to the right angle right here, this one right here, equal the shortest length multiplied by 2, so it could be 2S. Okay, now we look at this one right here. We need to find what? We need to find apothem. Okay, we need to find apothem, which is we need to find this one right here. Apothem, which is this one. Okay, so we have what? This guy right here. This guy is 16, and then this guy must be 8, right? Right, this guy must be 8 because you know apothem is perpendicular bisector of the side length. Okay, alright, so this side must be 8. Alright, right here. Okay, so this is 8. Right, I substitute this is 8. If this is 8, this guy must be 8 root 3. Okay, so I put this 8 root 3. 8 root 3. Okay, now the error should be what? Substitute this into the formula. Okay, right, 1/2 times 8. It should be 8 root 3 apothem equal 8 root 3. Okay, times perimeter. Okay, the side line equals 16, so it could be 16 times 6, right? Because you have 6 sides. Alright, and then I'm going to bring up the calculator. Okay, or just leave the answer like it. Okay, 8 divided by 2, it could be 4. Alright, 16 times 6, it could be 96. Alright, 96 times 4, it could be 384, right? So 384 root 3. Okay, so that's the answer for the number 2 right here. Alright, so let's move on to the next one right here. Now the next example, they just give you the apothem. Okay, alright, so this is gonna be like a little bit slightly different from number 2, but it's basically the concept should be the same. Okay, we just do exactly the same thing. Alright, so we just draw the triangle right here. Okay, again we use the formula right here. We find the measure of each angle equal 120, right? So this guy should be 120. If this guy 120, and then this guy must be equal 60, right? This is 60. If this guy 60, this guy 30, right? Again 60, 30, 30, 60, and 90 degrees. Okay, so we draw right here 90 degrees. Okay, now I make this is 60, this is 30, right? Okay, and then this guy should be 2 root 3, right? 2 root 3, okay, right? If this guy 2 root 3, this guy must be 2, right? Remember the 30, 60, 90 degrees say the one opposite to 30 equal, sorry, the one opposite to 60 equal the one opposite to 30 multiplied by root 3, okay? Remember the formula right here. This is s root 3, and this is 2s. Keep that in mind. 90 degree right here. This is 60. This is 30. Okay. Now, so basically, you have this one too. Which means this one too, from here to here too, and then the whole thing, the whole thing right here should be 4. Okay. This is 4. So the silent is 4. The silent is 4. So we just substitute into the formula right here. Okay. So we have what? Area equal 1/2 apothem. Apothem equal 2 root 3. Okay. Times 2 root 3. Okay. So the silent equal 4. 4 times 6 is going to be 24. Okay. Now you simplify. 2 and 2 right here gone. Right. Alright. So the answer should be 24 root 3. Alright. So the answer for this one 24 root 3. The answer for this one should be 384 root 3. Okay. Alright, now we're going to move on to the last one. The last one, I need more space, so I erase everything, okay? Erase everything. Okay, so look at the last one right here. Alright, now the last one, they give you the radius equal 9. Radius equal 9. This is radius, okay? So basically, you look at this one, this is a hexagon, okay? This guy hexagon, this is triangle, this is triangle. So basically, you just calculate the area of one hexagon, you multiply by 2, you get this guy and this guy. Calculate the area of one triangle and multiply by 2 to get this guy, right? Okay, now I need to calculate the area of one hexagon, okay? Again, you do this exactly same thing, okay? Draw the triangle, okay? Draw the triangle right here. Okay, so you see that this is 9. Now, the measure of this guy right here, again 120. We did that before right here, right? We did the first 2 problems right here. So then this guy must be equal 60 degree, right? This guy must be equal 60. Now, this guy and this guy congruent, right? So this is a isosceles triangle. A isosceles triangle has a 60 degree, and then it becomes equilateral triangle. So this is 9, right? This is 9. This must be 9. Alright? So you have a silent already. Right? Okay? So now you have 2 different ways to calculate. Either you calculate the apothem, okay? So you use 30, 60, and 90 degree. Or you calculate the area of the equilateral triangle and you multiply by 6, okay? Alright? So either way. The area of the equilateral triangle is going to be, for example, I have the equilateral triangle right here. Alright, if this is S, this is S, this is S, right? The area must be equal S squared root 3 divided by 4. Okay? Alright? Okay. Now I need to prove this formula. It's very simple, guys. It's very simple. So I draw the altitude right here. Okay. So I need to calculate the height right here. Okay. So I use the trig ratio in the right triangle. Okay. This is 60. Right. This is 30. Right. Okay. You can use the 30, 60, and 90 degree triangle. That's fine. Either way works. Okay. So basically, this is S, right? And this is altitude. So this is altitude, also the perpendicular bisector of this one. Okay. Right. So this is S, and then this one must be S over 2. S over 2. Okay. So the one opposite to 30 equal S over 2. The one opposite to 60 should be S over this one should be S over 2 root 3. Okay. This S over 2 root 3. Now, the error is going to be what? Base times height divided by 2. So A equal 1/2 base times height, right? Base times height. So it's gonna be 1/2 base equal S right here. Times height. Height is gonna be right here, right? Times S root 3 over 2. Alright, so this is S times S will be S squared. Right? Root 3 right here. On the bottom, 2 times 2 equals 4. That's why we just prove the formula. Okay? Alright, so basically I just prove the formula. I'm going to apply this formula. Okay? So the area of this equilateral triangle is going to be what? So I call this A1. Okay? Alright, it's going to be S squared. So the side equal 9. Alright? So I have 9 squared root 3 over 4. Okay? 9 squared equal 81. So 81 root 3 over 4. Now, since we have 6 equilateral triangle, right? We have 6. Okay? So basically, I call this A, the whole thing. So basically, I call this A, okay? A, which means the area of the whole thing right here, equilateral triangle right here, right? So A equal 681. Alright. So I have 81 times root 3 divided by 4 and then multiply by 6. Okay. Alright. Simplify. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So the answer should be 243 root 3 over 2. Alright. So since you have 2 regular hexagons, okay, so you multiply by 2 to get this guy and then this guy, okay. So I'm going to multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So it's going to be 243 root 3. Alright. Alright, so this is for the area of 2 hexagons, okay. This is 2 hexagons. Regular hexagons, okay. 2 regular hexagons. Now we need to calculate the area of this guy and the area of this guy, and we add them up, okay. So this guy and then this guy actually equilateral triangle, right? Look, this side right here and this side right here congruent, right? And then this side right here, same thing. Alright, so we have 3 sides congruent. So this is equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle with the side length 9. Alright, so we have what? 9 square root 3 over 4, right? This is area of one equilateral triangle right here. Now since we have 2 equilateral triangles right here, so you multiply by 2. Okay? So it's gonna be 9 square equal 81. 81 root 3 over 2. Okay, because this guy signifies we have 2 right here. Okay? Now we have this guy and this guy. Now we add them up. Final answer should be, alright, so here's the final answer. Let me write this. No, alright. The final answer should be what? 243 root 3 plus 81 root 3 divided by 2. Okay? Alright. Now we need to simplify by multiply this guy by 2. Okay? And we write them in the same denominator. So 2 right here. Right? 2 times 243 is going to be 486 root 3 at 81 root 3. Now you simplify. Okay? Okay, so we simplify. So it's going to be 577 root 3 over 2. And this is the final answer for the figure right here. Oh, sorry. This should be 6. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.